On this week's episode, we Blu Chek George GMAN Waters, CEO, founder of GMAN Entertainment.
I just want $100,000,000 so I can send my son away to college, so I can ride it with no worry about the mileage, so I can finally pay my...
I always say G-Man, ENT, roster crazy, music is crazy, package put together well, rollouts, all that, and I know that's a lot because of you. Did you have kickbacks from artists when you first implemented that, or was it a course of time for that to become a normal?
Oh, like the way we roll projects out?
Right.
In the beginning it was tough, you know what I'm saying, because we were trying to figure out some kind of like an organized system, some kind of formula, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times artists, they got their way of how they want to do stuff, you know what I mean? So a lot of times we're trying to find that common ground. But once we was able to basically come up with a formula and they see that it works, then everybody, they kind of conform to that system because they see that it works.
Right.
So,
So the artist, when you came up with that system, did you already have existing artists?
Mm-hmm.
And did the existing artists accept it right away, or was it any pushback? No?
Yeah.
It was pushback?
Mm-hmm.
What was some
patience.
of the...
A lot of it was patience.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just do the lead time of when we wanted the project to come out, all the pre-marketing before the project. The artists want to, when they're ready to go, they're ready to go.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's where a lot of the clashing came in at times.
Right. I know, we can always look back and say, hey, you know what? If I could get this chance over or this moment in time again, I would do this one a little bit differently, or I would have done XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any projects you could think of right now that...
Absolutely.
That stands out?
The very first one that came to my mind was Kenny's album in 2011. It was about 2011, 2012. It was like our first official album that was distributed.
That's when I met. That's when we first met. 2011.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
It was that one, and the way that we spent that money. You know what I'm saying? We spent about 5 digits on one album at that time, and the way we didn't allocate those funds properly at all.
Learning process.
Exactly.
Learning process. So obviously we meet 2011. You at a studio in the Paragon Publishing Building. Thomas Corbin, 7 Magazine. Shout out to him. I didn't steal your couch. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I ain't even gonna put you on the spot, but anyway. So I meet you in 2011. I see y'all on the cover of 7 Magazine, right? The article was dope. The layout, everything was dope. You guys just looked so big, and I was excited to meet you. I remember talking to Corbin, whatever his freaking name was, Corbin, and he was like, yeah, I'll introduce you to him, right? It's something you probably don't know. I was like, yeah, I want to meet that guy right there. And he was like, yeah, that's my buddy right there. I'll introduce you to him. Yeah, man, that's my buddy. I can introduce you right to him, man. I was like, all right, bet. Introduce me to him. And then when we met and I asked you a couple of questions, just kind of seeing where you was at, you gave me an answer, and I was like, you know what? Okay. Well, I don't have no problem with, throwing him some bones. Like, I like where he at. Before we got to that point, how did you get to that point? How did you get to the point where you're on the cover of 7 Magazine, you guys are performing almost every week, flyers everywhere, stickers everywhere, your artists always had the most impeccable show, the most seasoned, the most crisp show. How did we get there? Who was your first artist, and how did you get to that artist? So let's start there.
What you mean, like who was the first artist that we ever
that
signed?
you ever worked with, management, label-wise? Tell me what got you into the game and how the game started.
Well, the first artist that we ever signed was a group named Strictly Overdose. It was a duo, and we was basically management at that point. That was like the first official, that we had on paperwork, who we was doing business with, and that's really, really where it all started. Was really with them. Then other acts came, we just seen other talent, like my cousin's group Triple Threat, shout out Dada, E-Vit, you know what I'm saying, they were the second group, that we signed, and at that time, Dada also did production.
Right, shout out to Dada.
You know what I'm saying, yeah, shout out Dada. After them came, there was another group called C3. They was from Craddock Portsmouth, something like that. Out of there, yeah. We had them, and that was like the start. That was like the original 3, right there. We had a nice run with them. You know, so we had about a good nice 2-3 year run with them.
What did you learn?
Back then, I was young, man, young in the game. Back then, it was just more studying. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of reading back then, understanding just the game management. Made a lot of bad moves with money. You know what I'm saying? Used to invest a lot of money as a manager. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, later down the road, you know, changed that up a little bit. Just learning. You know what I'm saying? Just making a whole bunch of mistakes. You know, just learning.
What has changed from then to now?
I'll probably say my network. Just getting out there, learning from other people that knew more than me. A couple folks taking me underneath their wings to teach me the game. Again, reading, research, trying to find shit out. You know what I'm saying? And then doing a lot of, you know, just testing a lot of shit out, seeing what work, what don't work. You feel what I'm saying? And then, you know, the shit that do work, you know, you keep that and you just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to do business properly. Learning that everybody ain't for your, you know, ain't for you. You know,
you're big on energy too and fit. Like that's one thing I noticed about you. If the energy ain't right, you're not rocking with it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, nothing special. Just put the work in. You know what I'm saying?
This catalog battle joint. I mean, I think this would be dope for the Hampton Roads area. Shout out to COP. You know, shout out to Double XL. I think when you guys do this, it's definitely something big for the culture in Hampton Roads. How did this come about?
Yeah. Shit. Like I said, shout out COP. I would say, man, a couple weeks ago, he threw a post up on Facebook, and it was really just a post, just saying how he felt his brand, which was Hood Platinum, and my brand, that we had some of the deepest catalogs out here in Hampton Roads in regards to how long we've been on the scene, because, you know, most artists, brands, shit, their lifespan is about 2 to 3 years and you don't hear from them, you know, to whereas ours is about 10 plus, you know what I mean? So he threw that out there. And then in the end of it, he put, it'll be dope for us to basically battle or whatever. So, you know what I mean? The response went up. People seemed like they wanted it. You know what I mean? Me and him got